So I've come down to the murky art dungeon in order to show you the process that I'm going to use to create this image. So this is going to be the reference painting that I'm using. This is a painting that I did, a few years ago. And I will start off by saying that I am not a very good painter. I draw well, but when I paint, I kind of draw with paint. So I'm not a painter, but you can kind of get the picture. So I'm going to show you how this painting was constructed, and here we go. The story involves this guy who's in this cell and he's been captured and he's being tortured by these two dudes. So this is one of my first drawings for this image, and it's just the kid sitting there all tired and beat up. But what I do when I draw is I'll trace. So I get, I found a big old stack of this typing paper, this thin little typing paper that you can kind of see through. So I got my guy here, and what I'll do is I will trace my original drawing. So this drawing is really rough and just sketchy. So what I'll do is I'll put a piece of paper on top of that, and I will trace it. So this is a tracing of the drawing that I just showed you. So I just took it and traced it. So if you look at my drawing table is glass, and so that's my drawing table, and there's a light underneath there. So I'm going to turn on that light and we'll see how it looks. So reach over here to my plug. The light is a light bright, by the way. So there we go. So I got my light brights. And so now when I put this image under there, I can lay this image on top and just trace it. See how that's working? And so I don't have to erase anything. I can just keep everything very loose. So I'll show you the how that drawing, how this painting, I'll show you the trace ups that I did for it. So put this aside. All right, here's the drawing, and I'm a better drawer than I'm a painter. I like the drawing better. Here is the where I traced this from. So let me remove that. So there's the drawing, and all of those pieces came from little individual pieces. So for example, this guy right there, that's the rough sketch, so I'll put that behind, and I roughly would draw it, and then I would just trace that better drawing, so I don't have to worry about erasing anything. So there's the trace. This is where the original kid in the chair, just a real rough little sketch, and then I just traced him up from there. You kind of see how that's working. So I just lay a new piece of paper on top of there and trace, and I don't have to worry about erasing anything. So like this is the guy that comes flying through the air on the top right up here, and I just did him. Oops, sorry, I moved my camera. This is the guy that's on the top right, and I did him on a separate piece of paper, so I can put him anywhere that I want, and then I can trace him onto the final page. So all of these elements, let me turn off the light so it's a little easier to see. So all of these different elements are just traces, just these little doodly-doos that end up being traced to make these better versions of the previous. And so that's how I work. See how that works?